Hello guys, so in this video we're going to be going through all the barcodes you need to start your Amazon FBA business. So we're going to talk about EAN and UPC barcodes, the FNSKU, the carton labels, the pallet labels, everything about them, where you find them, how they're used, who applies them, and then in the next slide I've actually got an email directly from Amazon outlining what you can and can't do regarding the EAN and UPC barcodes. Can you get them from GS1? Can you get them from third-party sites like Barcodes Mania? What do I do personally? How do I format all of this in like my Amazon business? Just what do I do exactly? And what have Amazon specifically said to me in an email, what they allow and what they do not allow. So we're going to be getting into all of that in this video, guys. So I hope you really enjoy that. I know this is a topic that confuses many people, but once you understand it, it's actually very, very simple to get your head around. So before we actually get into it, I just want to make sure that everyone's enjoying the free Patreon Profits ebook that I released around 2 weeks ago now. So it has been a while since my last upload, but I've had so many people messaging me about that ebook, saying how great it is, saying how much it's helped them, and just being really, really happy with it basically. And even more people have been happy about the Patreon Profits Academy they've enrolled in, been going through the PPC campaign to people and launching their products, and we've actually had some great success with that. So everything's going really well, and if you haven't already downloaded the ebook, I'll include it in the first link below in the description of this video, just in case you haven't even already got a chance to get that. You should definitely do it because it is completely free and there's no reason not to, really. So getting into this video, barcodes and labels, as I said before, it's a topic that confuses many people, but it really doesn't have to. So if I just go ahead and break this down one by one, and then we'll look at it more in detail in the Word document that I've actually laid out here. So what barcodes do we need and what things do we have to be concerned with from point A to point B? What are all the barcodes we're ever going to need? So in total, there's 4 barcodes we're going to need, and each of them provides a specific service for our Amazon business. So the first barcode that we're actually going to come across is called the EAN barcode, or the UPC. It doesn't really matter which one you use. You can use either. I use the EAN, but to be honest, it really doesn't matter. But I would just recommend using the EAN. And this is used to create your listing, okay? So when you create your Amazon account, when you want to create your listing, one of the first things it's going to ask you for is a product ID. And this is the EAN barcode that you'll need. So if you get asked what that is, that's what it is, okay? It won't ask you for EAN, it won't ask for UPC, it will say product ID. And this is where you just insert a batch of, I think it's 12 or 13 numbers, which is your EAN number. And that's basically it. So I guess technically it's not a barcode. Even though you get a barcode with it, you only need the numbers, and that is used to create your listing. And once your listing is created, you can start to get these other barcodes. So we've created our listing. What's next? We've ordered our products. We now need to label the products. And the first label we're going to come to when labeling our products is the FNSKU barcode. And the FNSKU barcode is Amazon's unique identifier to tell them what a product is. You go into Asda, Tesco's, Aldi, just any store, you pick up a product that has a label on it. The FNSKU is just Amazon's label that they like to use. So you have to put that on every single one of your products. So when Amazon picks up your product and they scan your barcode, they'll scan it and on their screen it will say, okay, this is Ryan Williams' product just from that barcode. So that's why you have to put that barcode on every single product. It's identical for every single product, and you can find that in your shipping plan when you go to create it for your Amazon product. So it's very easy to find, very easy to get. You'll go into your shipping plan and you'll say how many units do you want, or how many units are you shipping, how many units there per carton, what's the weight of the units, the size of the boxes, and then they'll provide you with an FNSKU. You can ask them how many barcodes do you want. So if you've got 500 units, then you have the option to get a PDF file with 500 barcodes on it. Personally, I've never done this, I don't see the point. I just ask for one barcode, send it to the supplier, and then they print it on the box 500 times. So just leading on from that, there is quite a few ways you can get this barcode onto the product that people use different ways. Personally, when I put the FNSKU onto the product, I don't get the supplier to slap a sticker on the box because I think it looks untidy, it doesn't look very professional, it doesn't look great. If you've designed this beautiful packaging and you just go slap a sticker on there with a barcode across most of it, it just kind of ruins the look. So when I go to my designers on Fiverr or Upwork and I ask them to make my packaging design, I give them the FNSKU barcode and they put it into the box design. So it's printed onto the box so that the supplier doesn't have to put a sticker on. If for any reason you're not getting customized packaging design, or you don't have the high enough MOQ to get a packaging design you want, then you can just ask the supplier to put a sticker on the box, and I'm sure they'll be fine with this. Alternatively, if the supplier doesn't want to do that and you don't have custom packaging, you can get Amazon to do it, but they will charge a fee for this. I can't remember exactly what the fee is, to be honest, because I've never had to have it done. I think it's 20 or P, but feel free to correct me on that, because I really don't know if that's correct or not. But it is a fee from Amazon, and it will be much more than it would for the designer to do it or the supplier. So I'd much rather they do it than Amazon. So that's what I always recommend people do. So once we've labeled our products, we then label the cartons. And if you just want a brief overline of what each of these things are, guys, it's very, very simple. You have the product. You get, say, 10 products go into one carton, the cartons go onto the pallet. So these are the metrics I use when I talk to suppliers. It's much easier to use the same names for everything, or else they can get confused. If you're saying box, then product, and then carton, they can get confused what like each one is. So I just use product, carton, pallet. Keep it very, very simple so they don't get confused between product and box. And just if you use different things for everything, it can get confusing. So you put the products in the cartons on the pallets. Very, very simple. And just like the FNSKU, you can get the carton labels from Amazon in your shipping plan, where you just say how many cartons there are. They'll give you the labels, send them to your supplier, and they can put them on the box. Unlike the FNSKU, where you get it printed onto the box, it doesn't really matter of the carton, because the customer is never going to see your carton. This is just for Amazon, and it's very, very standard, guys. If anyone is shipping anything from, say, China to the UK or China to America or anywhere, you're going to have carton labels. So the suppliers really shouldn't have any issue with this at all, because this is just what it is. If you're shipping things, you have to label it. So it's not going to be out of the ordinary for them. It's not going to be different for them. They're going to fully expect this. And even if you don't mention it, they'll probably ask you for the labels, because they know it has to be done. So this really shouldn't be a problem for anyone doing this. You just got to stick the labels onto the carton. Very, very simple, which you get from Amazon. Download the PDF, and then you can send that in an email to your supplier saying, here are the carton labels. Can you apply them, please? Very, very simple. And it's basically exactly the same for the pallet labels. You may not be shipping of pallets. If you've got a very, very small product which just fits in one massive carton, you might not have pallets. But if you do have pallets, in your shipping plan, you can specify this. Say you have pallets, you have 2 pallets, and then Amazon will give you 8 labels, because for the pallet, you have 1 label on each side. So it's just easier. If you've got a label on one side of the pallet and it's put in the wrong way, it's going to be a pain in the ass trying to see that label. So you have to label the pallets on each side. And like I said, the supplier should be very, very aware of this. It should be common practice for them. But just in case, you can just outline it and say, can we have 1 on each side? And especially with the carton labels as well, just make sure the labels aren't covering any seams or any corners. Just specify that to suppliers, even though they should already know that. But just in case, it's very, very simple. So I've gone through now the FNSKU, carton and pallet labels, and I hope you guys can see now that it's actually very, very simple. It's not tricky at all once you understand and once you know where to get them all from, because they all come from the same place. They all get stuck on the box. It really isn't that hard. The thing that most people get confused with, and the thing I get the most questions about, is about GS1 and where to get the EAN barcode. So before I made this video, I thought I'm going to send an email to Amazon to completely verify what I'm about to say. Because personally, whenever I've done products on Amazon, I've always got an EAN barcode from Barcodes Mania, which is a third-party site that sells GS1 barcodes. So you can get, say, 5 barcodes for £5 or like something like that. Whereas GS1, I think it's around £120, £130 a year or something like that. I'm not particularly sure, but it is a cost when compared to Barcodes Mania. So I just wanted to completely clarify with Amazon that this is 100% in their terms of service, that you can do this. Just for you guys, just in case anyone had any disputes about this or anything like that. And if you want, you can still use GS1. I've got nothing against that. And if you're going to create a brand or build something that you really want to build a brand around rather than just one solo product, then for your own peace of mind, you might want to go to GS1. But as is shown in this email, I'm going to show you now down below, Amazon is completely fine with you using Barcodes Mania and these third-party websites. So if I just give you a quick read through exactly what they've said. They said that I reviewed your case asking about if the UPC would be perfect for websites such as Barcode Mania instead of GS1. I will certainly help you with this information. So I would like to inform you that Amazon will accept only GS1 UPC. We won't accept other website barcodes because this is a technical base to our system. So it only recognises GS1. So it messed up a bit there, but you understand what it means. Regarding your concern, these barcodes are still originally from GS1 but are simply sold on another website, which is exactly what's happening. Barcodes Mania buys GS1 barcodes from GS1 and just sells them cheaper. They're not making these barcodes and just putting them out their ass, okay? They are getting them from GS1. So, in the case you are getting the UPC barcode from another website but it is still from GS1 but sold on a different website, if basically they're saying if it is a GS1 barcode and it matches, then you can use it for your listing. I don't think the person who replied to me was that like good at flowing English speaking, but you can tell what they mean. Please check if it's similar to a GS1 UPC barcode. If it matches, you can use it in your listings. And when I first started Amazon, I asked the same request and they had the same answer. I actually got on the phone with a representative and they assured me Barcodes Mania is completely fine. And a year and a half later, I've asked the same question and again they have assured me Barcodes Mania is completely fine, as well as other websites. I've never used any other ones, so I can only vouch for Barcodes Mania that it's completely fine. I've had listings open for a year. They have never been closed. I've never had an issue with it. And this is just clarifying that even more, that Amazon is completely fine with Barcodes Mania because they get the barcodes from GS1. They're not some other kind of barcode that aren't from GS1. So I hope that clarifies barcodes for you guys. And I hope you fully understand now how to get the FNSKU, the carton labels, the pallet labels, who labels them, where you get it, how to make your listing with the EAN. And it's completely fine to use third-party websites. You can still use GS1 if you want, but it's not necessary according to Amazon themselves on 2 separate occasions. On this occasion, I'm showing you the email that they actually sent me after I opened a dispute in my Seller Central account. So I hope this cleared this up for you guys. And if you do want to get the Patreon Profits ebook, it will be in the first link in the description. You can download that completely for free, which goes through launching, PPC, multi-platform advertising, and building a brand. It's about 10,000 words, 50 odd pages. It's completely free, so why not go ahead and download that now. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.